Okay, can everybody hear me okay? And is the music at the right level? Just doing a few pre-checks. I thought I'd start a little bit early since we've got a few people in the chat at the moment. And we'll just take it from there. Let me know if the connection's working okay as well and if the camera's lagging, because I've updated the laptop and everything else, so... Sorry Ben, made you jump, did I? So I've updated the software on the laptop and that, meaning that I've got a better camera because I can use my phone, which is really cool. But yeah, let's see what's happening. I might have to dip it out briefly just to check some of the bots and timers set up for the stream, but it should hopefully make the mod's job easier. Say a few welcome. So welcome to Omen Heart, Ben. We've got Venomized Toothless was here somewhere. Tegan. And the Dice Roller. Oh, also Galahound 19, welcome. So, we're going to continue with the Ripjaws as a Kaiju. So, we'll continue with that illustration, and we're basically going to start rendering it out, making it kind of a... kind of bring it to life a bit more now that we've got the flats in place. As always, if you've got any questions, feel free to just ask them in the chat, and as soon as I see them, I'll answer. Welcome, Alexis. Okay, let's get started. So, for all you guys that are new here, basically I use Procreate, and I've got my layers set up, so same process every time after I've done the flats. I kind of do the a basic texture effect on a hard light layer, set it full opacity, and then a bit more lighting to bring the colours out a bit. After that, I tend to make a hard light layer at 50% and duplicate that twice, so I can get a blocked out colour and make it darker on a section, and then an overlay layer and an additive layer or a glow layer depending on what software you use. But yeah, just make sure I've got all the things sorted and I've got the right brushes selected. Cool. So let's get into this. I will interact with the chat every now and again as well, so feel free to, like I say, ask your questions. Ben says, if I do a steampunk video, eventually maybe turn Ben 10 aliens into steampunk mechs. Maybe. That is quite an interesting idea. I've got, I've had a few suggestions for steampunk episodes for the first one, and I've picked what I want to do. I just need to get it to work with being done. That should happen this month at some point. Owen Hart, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Someone stole this Kaiju's coffee and the Kaiju is chasing that person. Yeah, it could be. It looks like it definitely needs some coffee to get up in the morning, this Kaiju. Galahound 19 says, have you put any more thought into near future fusion videos? Because I may or not have a few suggestions. Galahound, I will be, he missed it in the chat earlier before we started the stream. I am going to do a fusion videos again on the channel. I will be picking them back up, mainly because it's been a while since I've done a fusion episode, and we will be looking to do something. I haven't decided what the first one is, but any suggestions are welcome. I'm also thinking potentially doing a video for the new Black Panther movie coming out in a couple of weeks, so possibly do something interesting and fun with that as well. I'm not sure yet, but possibly. Hi Justin, welcome to the stream. Tegan, can you pet Kaiju? You can pet this Kaiju if you want, but I probably wouldn't. Your Pumpkin Boys, Venomized Toothless, it's no longer October, so they are quite politely sitting out for a bit. They will return next year to keep nomming on the stream. In fact, after I saw that gif, and every time I go nom 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 nom, that's it. Just just have that constantly in my head now. But of course, Christmas is just around the corner. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people think it starts too early in the shops like I do. We didn't even get Halloween stuff out this year in the UK before before it was all over the shops with Christmas items, which was a little bit weird to see, to be honest. Alexis says, an idea, persons of SpongeBob as... Alexa, stop. 2 seconds. Alexa, stop. Okay, so we have a suggestion. Because your name's too close to a certain device I have in the room. But an idea, persons of SpongeBob as were-dragons, please. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. I do want to do something with cartoon shows and that, so SpongeBob's definitely a good one. And I will be doing more dragon videos. I might give it a small break for a couple of weeks before I do another dragon video after this Friday, just because it's taken over the channel a bit. But there will be definitely more dragon series going forward, so I'll definitely be doing stuff like the SpongeBob characters and that. If I get a chance to do a bonus video, I will put them in 1 week and schedule that out, which would be quite cool. Right, let's add some more shadows. Need to think about how this lighting is going to work, because even though I've lit the character up, I've got to bear in mind it's kind of in his... It's been a week. I kind of had the whole lighting planned out last time, and I've got a rough idea from the colours, but I might tweak it slightly, just a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Justin, 3 weeks until Turkey Day. Yes, I don't have Turkey Day over in the UK. We've got Bonfire Night this weekend, which is basically where we celebrate sticking a guy on a massive pile of wood and burning representations of him because he tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament and commit treason. A long time ago, way before I was born. Guy Fawkes. So we have Bonfire Night with fireworks and that this week, which is quite cool. But I do know you guys have Thanksgiving near the end of the month, usually around the time of the Black Friday sales. So that's quite cool. I may one year have to do something for that. And we still have music. I was checking if that disappeared or not. Galahound 19. That is actually on my list. It may not be the first Fusion video, but I think you've been suggesting Mortal Kombat Fused long enough for me to make it definitely coming up soon at some point. Not sure which month, but it's definitely going to be done, which should be quite cool. I have liked the idea of doing something with Mortal Kombat. I just haven't really had the time to flesh something out, because we've got a couple series on the channel now. It's a bit... Sometimes it can be a bit tricky to just make sure I've got everything how we kind of want it. Oh, I made this quite complex, didn't I? That's fine, I'll add more details to this in a minute, how it's going to go. More lighting bits. I'm just trying to get the main structure of the face done. Venomized Toothless, please write in blue text by Ripjaws' head. Ooh, shiny. Possibly, that would be I may have to do that. I will see how things turn out. What do I think of Dragon Ball Super? Galahound19 says, what do I think of Dragon Ball Super? As for me, I'm tired of them pretending GT never happened. I know it was done by a different director, but come on. I quite liked it. I think the thing with Dragon Ball Super though is that was meant to continue with the storyline from Dragon Ball Z later on and build upon that. But I quite liked it. However, I did also like GT, which was quite good. I don't know if you've heard of Dragon Ball Heroes, where they kind of bring all of the characters from the canon and the sort of like any Dragon Ball universe together, the games and everything, which is quite good. But yeah, I quite like Dragon Ball Super. I've watched the English episodes, and then I went back and watched the original Japanese subbed ones, which were, well, I say dubbed, it's the original Japanese ones with subtitles. And those were a bit, it's a bit weird for the contrast when I knew what was going to be said in the English and just seeing the voices change from the different actors. But yeah. Oh, welcome Crazy for a Day. Or hello, as you said. Yes, Justin, I have seen the fan art you did of Dino Dinoclaw, which is quite cool. I quite like it. That's not a bad design that you've done there. Especially since we haven't actually designed the narrator, so how you think the character looks. It's quite fun to see that. If anybody wants to see it and they're not already on there, if you join the Discord, and there will be a link somewhere. I might actually be able to paste the link myself into the chat if you give me a second. So if you are old enough and able to, feel free to join the Discord and join the community. We are starting to do a bit of self-promotion here. We are starting to do some events each month. So we had this Spookytober, which was an idea from GoForDude88, and basically people took their profile pictures and made monster versions. We had 2 winners from that. I believe, Justin, you were one of them, I think. And we also had, who is it? It was Justin and Ben 10 Duelist. So congrats to you guys for winning that. Basically, you got your own custom role with a colour against your name in the Discord server. And we plan to do more things like that to just give something extra, mainly run by the mods. So there will probably be something this month. We haven't fully decided what it is in total, but it's definitely going to have something there. Hey, Go for Dude, talk of the devil. Did you join just as I was talking about you? Because that's kind of spooky, but kind of fun. Yeah, that brush is a bit too big. That'll do. Add some extra bits. So what I'm doing here is I work in layers, which sometimes some people do, some don't, depending on your art style. But I find working in layers I can have a bit more control. So I've got the darkest shadows on a layer that's 50% underneath, and on the next layer above that's set to 50% is where I'm going to do the sort of like more gradient brush effects. But what happens is over time they kind of it allows me to erase bits that I don't want on that particular layer without affecting what's on the layer below. Sorry, bit of trouble saying the word there. But yeah, and that allows me to add a bit more detail, and as I add this it darkens some areas, which gives us quite a nice effect. I will be I want that to be the yellow or the blue. I will go for the original colour that I always do, and we'll see how that looks. Because ideally this is going to be generating a glow a bit later on. sort of like angler fish bit for Ripjaws is going to be creating a bit of a glow, but I also want to be able to get the contrast of some of the colours in, along with perhaps working on the eye. I did 2 small modifications to this from the last stream. I added a bit more of a warmer shadow to the eye, and I just coloured in the green symbol, as you can see on the corner of the screen, for the Omnitrix. I realised I hadn't actually coloured the green part in. But that's the only things I've done, and that was pretty much at the start of the stream, just before the start of the stream. So everything else is as if is the same as before, giving us a nice base to start with. Cool, thanks. Has Nexum built a pizza mech? No, he hasn't built a pizza mech, Justin. I need to think of a name to call Alex is. But I'm glad you're enjoying how it comes out. I'm not trying to be rude by saying think of a name. It's just when I say it loud enough, my certain Echo Dot will go off, which maybe I should change the name of my Echo Dot. Oh, it will glow by the end of it. Don't worry about that, Venomized Toothless. It's literally just a case of, currently, it's the base colour bits. By the end of it, when I add the final effects, I'm going to add kind of like a big glow effect to it, and the light will kind of come out around this area and sort of like pick up on everything, which would be quite cool. I just need to get the right... It's weird. The way to get the best effect is often to do... the layers, build it up piece by piece for the colours that you want on that. But I think my music's lagging a bit. Is it? Give me a second. Oh no, it's come back. Is the connection still okay for you guys? I know the music's kind of dipping in and out, but how's the rest of the stream for you guys? Is the sort of like the camera and me talking coming through okay? Today is the Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead where? I thought it was the Day of the Dead, depending on where you are, is Cinco de Mayo, isn't it? Which is the 5th of May? Sorry, Tegan, it could be the Day of the Dead where you are. I'm not trying to be ignorant of anything. I just know the only Day of the Dead is that one. Oh, it's the last day of the Day of the Dead. Oh. Okay, I've learned something new here. Kind of one of the fun things have been on the stream with the community. You kind of learn things, especially when they're in different parts of the world. Like I say, if you talk about something and I don't know it, then I will apologise if I seem a bit ignorant or rude. I'm not meaning to be. It's my lack of knowledge, being in a small island, pretty much the other side of the world to most of the subscriber base or the community. Venomized DC villains. Nice. Omen Hart has asked, does Nexum have an assistant? He doesn't currently. I know there's been suggestions, I think it was you, Omen Hart, actually, suggested we make the kid character an apprentice for Nexum. I'm not sure if we're having a... Well, it completely depends on a certain somebody if they want to voice that character or not. Sorry, excuse me. If they want to voice that character or not. If they do, and it goes down well, then we'll see what happens. But there's no pressure on them whatsoever. Currently, he does not have an assistant today. But we'll see where that goes and how that picks up and what happens with that. Galahound19 says, Hey Dempsey, before you mentioned you were going to turn Godzilla monsters into SCPs, may I ask when you plan to do this video? It's on my list to do. It's not going to be this month. I have a fair amount planned out for this month, kind of already. So I'm afraid I can't do it this month, but it will definitely be in the next... I'd probably say by the end of January to tie in with Christmas month, December. Well, definitely by the end of January I'm hoping to have that one done. I need to write the lore out and sort a few bits. But definitely will be doing Godzilla or Kaijus as SCPs, which will be quite a cool series. Ironically, I ask about a series, but I also have to try and schedule them in with what I've got planned in already. Sometimes I will shift one and move things around. Other times it'll be a case of I just have to bear with me before I can get them in. If I say I'll do it, I will get around to doing it. I just can't always put a date on when it's going to be coming out, unfortunately. There's very few occasions. I've only done it twice, I think. 2, maybe 3 times at the top, where I promised something in a video, but that was because the live stream went wrong and we couldn't actually do it in the live stream. So I promised I'd do it in the video because the suggestion for the stream was done by I think Go for Dude and Alpha Dragon, which gave us the D&D Mech Armors, which was a fun series, I have to say, and Loki appearing as one of the characters in a community redraw, which is quite cool. Oh, if anybody's wondering, the campfire tales underneath me, pointing down, and underneath the join Discord message, is the latest community redraw where I took 5 subscribers, characters basically, and that's it. 5 subscribers, superheroes or supervillain character, and I turned them into a bit of a spooky lore tale with the narrators of the channel, which was quite fun. And then right, let's go into this layer. I'm not sure about this layer at the moment, because this layer is kind of going to be... It's on an ad layer, but I don't know how well this is going to work. That normal blue colour for this bit. Oh, I like that. We'll start with blue for now, for around the face, then we'll change the colour a bit later to go for the rest of it. Hey Dr. A, if you're here somewhere, if I've missed you, I do apologise. I haven't seen your name pop up. Go for Dude, what were we talking about? We mentioned about the Discord and about the events going on. And I mentioned that you came up with the idea for the last event of Spooktober profile picture, kind of that's monsters, and yeah, I think that's about as far as we got with that one. And then you appeared, but then you disappeared and then you came back, so that's cool. Galahound, I remember High School of the Dead. That was quite a good one. It's kind of like a zombie one in this high school. It starts off with an epic opening scene of just pure action of the kids becoming zombies and trying to fight for their lives in the school, which is quite good. High-powered sniper rifle, baseball bats. It's all good fun. Venomized Toothless. TK, well, that kind of artistic kid. I'm not sure how scared they are of you completely, but I do know you do want to sacrifice him. Well, you do want to sacrifice them to Loki. A bit of a heads up for you guys, I'm going to be doing a video soon. My art style's kind of... I've seen a few things I like that I'm going to try out in my current art, with my current art style, merging them together. So they're subtle things, but once you see them in a video, hopefully they'll go down well. I've kind of started it for the Friday's video. Famous anime characters as dragons, because that's the one that won the poll that I put out. I had a tough time choosing what to do after Halloween, basically, so I decided to put that out to you guys. So there'll be a subtle set of changes into it. It's nothing major, it's just the way that I render certain things and do certain images. I may also, after Christmas, bring back Copic illustrations once every now and again, or a digital version of an anime character in a completely different style. I'm not entirely sure yet. I've seen an artist out there on YouTube and she does amazing art. Is it Rimi Art? R-I-M-I_art? Mainly does a lot of Genshin characters, but it just the painting effect looks amazing, and I kind of want to have a go at it. So I'm going to see if I can use it to improve my current art style. Basically to give you guys a much better quality of artwork at the end. Justin asks, Dempsey, what is your favourite Ben 10 moment? I think... Is that from the original Ben 10 series? Or from another series? Just wanted to check which series it is, to be honest, because I think one of my favourite moments was when Kevin 11 touched the Omnitrix in the original series, and he originally could change between them, and then he kind of got greedy and he got stuck in like the hybrid form, and I quite liked that whole thing where he wasn't exactly a monster, but he'd become a bit of a monster. That was quite a nice moment in there. I thought that was good for cross between the character development and I just like the initial design, sort of like the mishmash of aliens. They weren't concerned about making it perfect, they were just making it work. But my other favourite Ben 10 moment is from the crossover with Ben 10 and Generator X, where he upgraded Generator X, well, he upgraded Rex's nanites, and that's just a cool idea. That was a really cool idea. I did love that. That was a good series as well, Generator X. Go for Dude says, Dempsey, Dr. A is catching on about the not Loki cult, that is not real at all. Oh yes, I have seen have seen about that. Oh, Popcross's prompt. Do you guys know what it is? Because I'm happy to tell you. I've had a look at it. Basically, he's doing Cake Kills Claws, and you've got to come up with your own Christmas-themed evil character for a squad. It's set outside his other multiverse tales and that, so don't base it too heavily on overseers and stuff, but it's basically designing your own Christmas-themed bit, and he's going to bring it out before Christmas. Otherwise, it'll be after Christmas. I believe he said in his video when I watched it. And I've had a look at the document, so it's all good. The dice roller, I am submitting. Submitting to Popcrosses or submitting to my community redraw, or both. We had that one time actually, that's quite cool. We had someone submit to both. Just excuse me for a second. Okay, bye Venomized Toothless. I'll catch you next time. The stream's going to be going on for a little while, so if you are about and you join back in, we'll see you then. If not, I'll probably catch you on the Discord at some point. Ah, cool, Dice Roller. Yeah, feel free to submit. Yeah, it's open until the 18th of November, so feel free. And I will confirm this now. It can be any type of dinosaur from I want. So you can have an alien-based dinosaur. You can have a steampunk one, a robot one, cyborg, a fusion of a dinosaur with an existing alien. As long as it's more dinosaur based for what you're doing, it will work for what I'm doing on it. There's going to be a small kind of twist, but I'm not going to go into details on that because spoiler alert. And as anybody from Discord know, it's very rare I'll give any major spoilers out. Quite like how that's looking actually. Cool. Let's continue down this arm then. This track's got quite a heavy, repetitive. Well, it had quite a heavy, repetitive beat. It's probably stopped now. I haven't said that. Oh, Dice Roller. Yes, I've seen your submission. Was yours the cyborg one? I think. Loki, major spoiler. Loki will appear in a video coming up before Christmas. Only spoiler you're getting, Go for Dude, because Loki is the demon cult leader and it ties in with the story. And yes, Go for Dude, you've got more spoilers anyway because you're a moderator on Discord. But that's the only one that I'm going to publicly say, because you know I've planned ahead for the. Only other spoiler is I planned ahead for December's community redraw. So I know exactly what's being done. I've got the prompt ready and everything sorted. I just need the submissions when it gets to December. However, it's going to be a... For it to work how I want it to, it's going to be a bit of a... hopefully not a bit of a push for everybody, but it should still be about the same amount of time. I've just got less time to actually do the artwork. That kind of artistic kid. Hey guys, I'm here now, popping in to say hi, then I'm having to leave as school tomorrow. Hey guys. Hi, welcome. I appreciate your being responsible when it comes to going to school tomorrow. And not having a super uber late night. The dice roller, yes. Yeah, that was quite a cool submission. I'm when it comes to the redraw, what I tend to do, just so that everybody's aware, I don't always pick a Discord one for the teaser image. I will pick one that's maybe submitted via email that not many people will see. Kind of like what I did with Sea Spectre. That was one that was sent over email for October's community redraw, and because that was sent over email, I knew not a lot of people would have seen it, so that was a perfect one to kind of use, because people thought it was someone else's design until, you know, they kind of saw a bit more of the teaser, which was quite cool because I like throwing people off sometimes. Although the teaser I've done for Friday's video, I think I posted that already. Did I post that already? Let me just check the music a minute, because sometimes it does pause and I do need to sort it. Here we go. Cool. Just give me a second, guys. I just want to check. And know if the connection's working okay. Ew, my internet paused. Music is loading. Bear with me on that one. Music is loading. Bear with me on that one. Yeah, sorry. There was a bit of an echo there because I've kind of jumped onto my channel to check what I put in the community post. A second. Oh yes, I did add it. No, that's cool. I did the teaser image. Anybody got any ideas which character that could be? Just to chuck that one out there for you guys. Yeah, TK, TK, okay, you are a conversation topic, definitely. Especially about being sacrificed to Loki, by the sounds of things. Ah. I want to erase that bit. That shadow would look really weird there on the water. That's going to have its own kind of shadowy effect. Let's add this contrast. Always nice to have a good bit of contrast onto the illustration, because just pick up some of the details you want to. You did post the teaser. Cool. Ben doesn't have a clue because they don't watch anime, in their honest opinion. Oh yeah, I know TKK, you'll know who that is. I mean, to be honest, anybody who watches that series or is up to date with the internet will know exactly who that is. But yeah, that's a definitely going to be a fun one to well, I finished the artwork for that one, to be honest, so that's already a fun character that's been drawn, which is quite cool. And it's got a slightly different rendered style. As I say, I'm looking at developing it a bit more. I might even do a Genshin or more anime focused video at some point, merged with like pop culture. So take some anime series and merge them with pop culture characters. If people are interested in it, you guys are interested in it, then I'm happy to do it. If anybody's wondering what I'm doing, the iPad's down here. one of the perks now. So the iPad's here, and then I've got the chat on a screen here. So I can see the chat, see what I've got on there, and work on here. Which is why I'm not always looking at the camera. I am working on my setup that I've got around here though, so I'm looking to make things work nicer, and thanks to the new iOS update, my phone can wirelessly stream to my my laptop, which is brilliant. It's allowing me to it's quite good actually. It's a lot stabler than the cable connection that I had before, and it's allowing me to do this. I don't know if I'll be able to do it with this wirelessly. I haven't tried it yet. That might be the next setup, because then I can get rid of some wires and make it a bit more fun. Oh, what's happened? I know Genshin is an anime. I was kind of saying I do anime fusion characters, and I'll do some Genshin because it's in an anime style. TKK. I'm going to get so slated by any of the fans on this. Also, guys, please don't spam in the chat. Make life easier for our moderators if you can. I think someone... Not sure why, I think someone got timed out for spamming or something. Our mods are quite quick on the wire when they're about. So, yeah. I don't apologise for our mods, because they do all the hard work for me while I'm streaming. Okay, no, that's cool. Yeah, if it's spamming, then I'm afraid... The three main rules in the chat are no spamming, no caps on everything all the time, and once or twice is okay, but you got to be respectful. And then everyone, you've got to be respectful to people. You know, keep it family friendly and everything on here, because we have people from all ages on. They just spammed the lol. Yeah, go for dude. That's because the only reason TKK does all the hard work is because you're constantly trying to sacrifice them to Loki. So for being fair, they're kind of doing your job sometimes. No, I have to say, Go for Dude does all the hard work on the Discord server at the moment. Go for Dude, you are literally probably the... I'll have to say top mod. You're the main mod at the moment. You've done a lot in the last month, which I super appreciate you doing. On the Discord. Organising that event, you know, prepping it, making announcements and stuff. I really do appreciate it. How bright's this glow going to be? I think I want the top of the hands here to have just a bit of a glow. I suppose the other question is, what other series would you guys want to see? I mean, steampunk wise, what guys would you like to see? Because I've had Demon Slayer steampunk suggested, we've had Ben 10 steampunk, we've had a few others, so kind of curious what you guys would like to see. Yeah, TKK, I'll time you out in a minute for spamming. No, if you're not spamming, just be sure to give a chance for people to do messages. The Dice Roller says, are you going to add actual real-life Loki lore not the Marvel Loki, or is this a character named Loki? Okay, so dice roller. On one of the community redraws, I redrew people's submissions as demons, and because a live stream failed, I promised Gopher Dude I'll turn his cat Loki into a demon, and he wrote the lore out, and we did the lore for a demon cult leader called Loki. Now, this cult leader called Loki has had an impact on the story inadvertently. So, the only thing that's not spoiling it is when I introduced to Monica Darkstorm, our demonology lecturer. It turns out that Loki, she knows him because she went cult master at the end of that episode. I think it's that actual episode where we put Loki into it after talking about the Department of Multiversal Matters. So there will be some lore coming into place because I left one of the episodes where I did a briefing. I think it was the Enter the Splatverse when Splatoon 3 came out, and I did a briefing, and at the end of it, Multiversal Matters Department just went out to raid one of Loki's bases, and that's kind of where that left off. So there will be some more Loki lore in it, which Gopher Dude's going to be super excited about. But also Loki's kind of got his own cult demon army, so that's kind of going to be developed as well. We did a few live streams. We've drawn, I think the Raina, our demon knight, was a bodyguard to Loki when we'd finished, and I think the necromancer, we haven't actually done any major lore for either of them, but the necromancer is also kind of a demonic character or creature. I do like, sorry, slightly change subject. I do like how the rendered version here, I can't really block out the screen. Okay, I like how this rendered version starts looking to life when you kind of put it next to the flats, which you guys can see. So having the sort of like the colours and that come to life, and it's just repeating the same process really. I go, I say in my videos, I bounce between these layers. I don't know if it's worth either just doing a whole over the illustration once with the shadows in the video, but I do quite like the fact of being able to see a finished part. So being able to see this in one of my videos and then move on to the next bit. Kind of feels like it's coming to life when I zoom out a bit. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah. What else have we got? Reuben's World. No, that's fine. It's just I know you. I think, is this your first stream, or have you been on another one? But no, that's fine. Just try and keep your sister under control. We'll only time out for 300 seconds. We haven't actually kicked anybody yet. Lando Commando, you should do some Ben and Bendy and the Ink Machine stuff, because that's popular at the moment. Yes, there's a new. Is it a new game or something's coming out, or there's a new chapter to the story? I haven't followed it, but I've seen something going around social media where there's it feels like there's something happening with that at the moment. It's kind of got an uplift from like a new, I don't know, is it an expansion or something? I honestly haven't played the game, to be honest. I'm not really up to date on all the lore and stuff. I think I've seen it briefly once, but it is something that I have on my list of things to have a go on and see what happens. I kind of don't have much time for lots of games. I think the most gaming I do is Fortnite, a bit of Cuphead with Koi Fish or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Subnautica, and as people have been requesting, there will be a second Subnautica Transformers video. It's on the list as well. Ben 10 Aliens as Dragons will be another one. I've got probably 2 or 3 episodes already. I'm also thinking of Ben 10 Kaiju after this, because this will be quite cool to do Kaiju version to the Ben 10 Aliens. I'm not sure I'll do them as live streams, but maybe Ben 10 Kaiju. Well, is it? Hopefully I say it right, Rubens. Welcome to the stream, and hope you're enjoying it. Just says, are there yokai in Demonica's universe? No. There aren't yokai demons. Well, there might be, but I wouldn't class them as yokai, because I know yokai are kind of like evil spirits. But I will be introducing some adventures and stuff to Demonica's repertoire, or basically for Demonica, because she hasn't had much development on the story for the character. All we've got is her and Nexum flirting with each other at the moment. So that's kind of going to be an interesting one. I need to develop that out a little bit more. I'm fully aware that I need to do that. I just need to figure out the best way to develop that out a little bit so that it ties in with what's happening, because I want the stories to develop a bit like an actual story arc with all the narrators and their adventures over time. So even though we have them on these mini adventures, like with Ehrenfold and Nexum, keep going on bizarre adventures and that, I'm going to be branching off with them interacting with each other and shooting off that way. Is it asking again, or is it still... it takes a minute to load music. So sorry. So they aren't exactly yokais. There will be evil spirits, not yokai like the yokai TV series, but or yokai series, but there will be development, and I may introduce some of those characters in as another universe that's being visited. I've got so many things, ideas in my head, and I've got to jot them down, but it takes a while to flesh them out, which is a bit of a fun but chaotic one. They've also got a little friend in the corner here hiding away. Ah, cool. Glad I'm saying it right. Thank you, Ruben. That's appreciate it. The art skill's something that's just been worked on over the years. So I like to say anybody can draw to my style or better than me. Just keep pushing yourself if you like art and keep drawing. Ben says, yeah, it would be crazy if you had an Nexum Demonica date, sort of like the, excuse my language, Benny Sharp and Champagne McGregor date. Yeah, I kind of had the Nexum, bless Nexum. He thought that the Campfire Tales was going to be a date between him and Demonica at on a campfire over like before a mission, and turns out Demonica invited the whole crew, which I thought was a rather nice, fun twist to it, because I kind of want it. It kind of ties in with where I'm going with the storyline for it. So Nexum's trying his hardest, but there is going to be character growth and development over time. I just have to try and remember everything I've mentioned in previous videos for it, as I want to kind of do it the correct justice once it's done. This is my Deadpool plushie. Which is quite cool. I got this on a day out to... is it Chessington? I think it was Chessington. I won this on a day out with the family, which was quite cool. So I got my little Deadpool plushie. I've got all my little Marvel figures and stuff as well behind them thing on the printer, but I will show them off a bit later on, or another stream where I've got more light. you kind of see them in the videos when I do the outros or the shot, because this is the art desk where it comes down at the top angle here. So you kind of see them creeping behind the monitor bit a little bit in the videos. So I've got a few of them, which is quite cool. Starting the collection, I need to figure out my artist area a bit more. I'm going to get some stuff on this wall and maybe paint it at some point. And some shelves or something to show the art, to show the little characters like the plushie, just to give something more fun when I do videos and lives. So this is kind of going to have a bit of a light to it. I think that's quite cool as well, that kind of artistic kid, that he's got he's got characters that join the LGBTQ plus community. And yes, I did look to read that off the screen before I said it, because as you know, for no offense to everybody else or anyone from the community, I always get the letters mixed up. I get them all in, but I get it mixed up, so I wanted to make sure that was right. So as long as that is right and I've read it right, perfect. If I haven't, apologise, don't kill me. I can't be sacrificed to Loki because TKAK is going to be sacrificed. Was it? I thought we got it with the... I thought I got the Deadpool at the Chessington one, because they had the whole Chinese, the whole Oriental style thing up and down with the big log ride, and I won it from the machine there. Maybe it was. I can't remember. Either way, it's a Deadpool plushie and it looks cool. Oh, one trick if you're doing, if you want to create a kind of like gradient effect on something, do your colours on the bottom layer, your flat colour, pick a dark colour and a light colour to kind of split it up on the next layer and blur it. But when it comes to lighting, if you select an area, have a soft airbrush and have it at like a 10 or 20% opacity and just work it to build it up. So I can do a line, it's like a bit here, but the more I do the lines, the more brighter it's going to go. And that just allows me to just work that into it. But it's quite a good technique for people to bear in mind, that you can build up the kind of this effect, and then where you've got the different colours on your base layer underneath, if it's set to overlay, you kind of just build up the effect, which is really cool. It's funny you should say that, Justin, because that is my artwork in the background. They're all hand-drawn artworks using Copics. So I've got a slight change from this. I've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is kind of like a comic style, all inked. Deku from My Hero Academia, a Girls from Dragons up here, Kakashi from Naruto, and Minato, the fourth Hokage, Naruto's dad from the Naruto series. And then I've got a load in the background over there, which are cross between hand drawn and digital, that you see in my videos behind when I do the intros. So yeah, but I do print out my artwork from time to time. I am looking to do a store like Teespring, but I haven't had a chance to get any samples because they cost an arm and a leg to come across from America or Europe to the UK. So as much as I'd love to be able to do shipping to the UK easily to get samples, I need to save up a few pennies for that. But once I check the quality of it, I'm looking to launch a Teespring store. which will have my artwork on it. It's something I'm quite keen to do because I want to kind of just give that little bit extra. I know after the community redraws I send the artwork off to people, so after the community redraw I will send over the final artwork to them via how they submitted their original piece. So if it's, unless they specifically ask for it to go to a particular email address from Discord, I'll just send it to them digitally or send it back via email, which seems to work really well, and it's a nice little bonus for anyone who's won or had their artwork shown, because that way they can use it however they want to. Go for Dude says, I feel like Demonica invited him to a mission with all the others, but next time I heard you wanna come a thing with me and nothing else. Well, yeah, Go for Dude. It wasn't exactly a mission, it was kind of like before a mission. It's kind of like a briefing, it was kind of like a pre-briefing evening in Halloween where Demonica wanted to do a campfire kind of event, because she's obviously, in her world, every day is kind of Halloween because she's a demon. So she wanted to tell some stories and that, and some of them were a bit gorier than others in a small sense, so that she could enjoy it. Hence why Ehrenfold did another story, because she was a bit distracted from enjoying a bit of gore and that. That was one reason. The other reason was I was having trouble doing her voice that day. Very much Dino Core was coming out more than the Monica on Monday, so when I recorded her lines, so I kind of swapped it over to the ones that are more distinctive, which is why for the steampunk video I need to think of a new voice or get a new voice going. That all depends on the personality. I don't know if I want to make him a bit unhinged and a bit crazy, a bit like a mad inventor. That could be quite cool. Go for Dude. I'm not doing a room tour. It is an absolute state in here, and I am not showing the afterwork chaos on one of the streams. I'm not saying which one, but once I've tidied the place up a bit, and I've made it presentable, I will do a room tour. There's nothing much really. It's just my living room, or my front room, or whatever people may call it. It's just two walls with art on, really. You see them in the videos, there's not really much else to show. Yes, Justin, Deceived in Plain Sight. It's one of my favourite things to do. I did at one point used to have all my printouts stuck on here, but I did take that off so that I could sort out a bit more the sort out the wall a little bit and get ready for potentially painting it a darker colour, so the light here kind of shines up a bit better. But that just depends on how that actually goes, that bit. There's so many things I want to do, there's just not a lot of things that I do get to do. Wow, the chat's moved quite a bit. Dempsey, did you read my thing? I just I missed a minute of the video. Yes, I did. I did read your thing, and I did say that it wasn't exactly a mission on the Tails bit, but you're right. He kind of just hears, or he kind of just goes weak with Demonica, because he fancies her. Which means I have to draw Demonica at some point. I was going to do a Copic version of Nexum actually in a dynamic pose, but I'm not too sure if that'll be my first Copic illustration since I've drawn him digitally. But I think I could really push his design a bit more from that, and he will kind of look a bit like Trunks with his hairstyle a bit, but in Dragon Ball. But he is going to be, yeah, he's going to be an interesting one. Oh, Ben, I have not done Goku in Friday's video. I've decided I'm going to... I need to watch Pop Cross's one again. I want to make sure I've got, even if it's the same series, a different character in it. So I've kind of gone down that route. So we won't have Goku from Dragon Ball in the first anime as Dragon's video. TKAK, you'll do the voice. The voice of which character? Oh, TKAK wants to be more the kid, like the kid character, where they get to say a couple of lines in the middle of the rest of them, and it kind of it adds the funny bits. You know, like where the kid's like, you're what? You're serious? You can't do that. You can't. You threw it to another dimension. What? That kind of thing, or like, you're joking, right? Although TKK, we will discuss that over the weekend when I'm actually able to chat to you properly. Oh, TKK, they are really making you work for it if you want to be a voice character on the channel, aren't they? Submit a recording into the mods group channel for approval by the mods. The one thing I will say though is it may just be, I need to double check with TKK, but they may just be a voice with a image or a silhouette to the characters drawn for who they're voicing. Not sure yet. It depends, because obviously I don't, if anyone's ended up doing a voice, it being on screen is something that takes a bit of getting used to, and it's not, and it's one of those things where they want to be great. If they don't, we'll work around it just to manage expectations. Hey, koi fish. Still hoping the kid over the homework. Yeah, homework kind of does that. But I'm having some good fun. I don't know how much you've seen, but that's the head of the beast at the moment. So ignore the weird bitty lines on it. Hang on, give me a second. Let me do this just for a quick moment. Yeah, so that's how sort of like the head of our Ripjaws Kaiju's looking koi, which was quite cool. And we're just working our way through the different parts of the character, really, just to try and add a bit more depth to it, but not take away too much from the rest of the piece. Okay, I would need to check the full anime characters, Pop's Anime Heroes, Dragon's video. Yeah, I think he did Eren Yeager, Goku, was it Naruto, the Nine Tails? I'm not sure about the last one. That's, I think, I don't hold me to that though, I can't guarantee it was those. Yeah, it's kind of kind of just took his features and went crazy with it, Koi Fish, which is always good fun. And then just working on getting the lighting bits in, but eventually I'm going to be adding more glow effects around the body and that for this character. Did I see his recent community redraw? Yes, I did. I did like the sea creature that looks a bit like Ripjaws for Benny Sharp. The were-jaguar design was absolutely insane, the one that he used on his cover picture. And I have to say, the new narrator he's done for the folklore stuff, I don't know how he's doing his voices, but I think he nailed that character. The design and the voice just fit together so well. That's something I've got to work on for my other characters, or my steampunk narrator when I do them, is getting that voice to tie in just right with the character, because I want it to work quite nicely, but I also want it to be a voice I can do, and a voice that's, best way to describe it, a voice that's fun. So this is why I'm thinking like eccentric or something, not quite like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, but something a bit more random or energetic and stuff that you can get behind and you can just randomly throw bits in. Might make writing the character a bit more difficult, but it would be quite interesting. Go for dude. I've got plenty of bloopers that I've done on mine that I always get cut. I keep thinking maybe I should do a bloopers video bit at the end. So that would be quite cool to do that, but we'll see what happens. Naruto, Goku, Eren, and Eren Yeager. I'll let you know who the character you didn't guess. I'll let you watch in the one. Watch it. The one character I didn't guess was in. Okay. I'll tell you what. Tell me what series it's from, Ben. Just put the series. I like the Dino Claw Champagne. Yeah, that was actually. I wondered which one he was drawing when he did that, and then I realised afterwards that it was Champagne McGregor with the hairstyle and the giant robotic arm on the lizard-type creature, which was quite cool. Oh, One Punch. Oh, he did say Tama, didn't he? One Punch Man. Oh, that's an amazing series. It's such a fun series, that one. I'm hoping they bring more series out on Netflix, but I don't think they will do it anytime soon. Actually, I need to jump back there. Put that on. Let's add a few extra bits here. I think my music doesn't want to work today, or my internet's lagging a little bit, so hopefully you can all hear me fine, and the music's, even though it's starting and stopping, it's not too much of a distraction. Oh, that's good then, because I've got, I don't have Goku, but I am potentially doing a Dragon Ball character. And then I've got a couple other anime series that aren't... Actually, I don't think I've got anything that's on the list that he's got there now. One Punch... Attack on Titan, Naruto. Oh, I may have a Naruto character, but it's not Naruto. So I may have, because there's a whole host of really good characters from them. I think I'm potentially doing 4 or 5. Oh, cool. I'll add little things like that to it afterwards, like the water and stuff at the top bit. Let me guess Vegeta. No, it might not be Vegeta. I could do Frieza, Cell, Kid Buu. I could do Android 18, Android 17. I've done Android 18 as a Copic illustration, in fact. Did I sell that, or did my youngest get that? I think my youngest got that. I could do Master Roshi, Krillin. There's hundreds of them I can do. But, you know, I'm not doing any spoilers. I'm going to list a load of character names to make it a bit more complicated. I'm glitching. Am I actually glitching on the stream? Or is it just the music that's glitching? Oh, it could just be the internet connection earlier then. Ben, don't worry about not knowing many anime. I will adapt the lore to fit in with what I'm doing for the video. So, seeing as they're dragons, I'll take attributes and that from the characters in the video. But I will mainly be tweaking them so that it's a case of you know, you got the designs, it ties in with the character strengths, weaknesses, main points, storyline, background line. So it's going to be probably more focused on the fact that of the dragons than anything else, to be honest. Music stopped. That must mean it's waiting for me to say yes. Yes. Maybe it's just the connection, or maybe I paused when I was speaking and it looked like I glitched. Not a problem if it was. Live streams are full of technical issues, but they do tend to work out in the end. Oh, I don't like this tune. Let's skip to another one. And it's going to give me an advert, so give me a second. I do apologise, it's doing adverts a minute while it's doing that, so I've muted it. I can't. I'm trying to avoid the adverts talking. Probably no reason why though. You know, it's not going to be the end of the world if the adverts are talking, and it's just be nice to actually load the music up and have the music playing instead of someone talking. I might have to create my own playlist locally of copyright-free music I can use. That's kind of local and offline. The encoder is just overloading a bit looking at the signal pattern. Signal pattern? How'd you get stats? Am I frozen again or am I back? Because I should be back now. Not for you, that's working. Yeah, kind of like the Superman Dragon with the Kryptonite Ben. Kind of like the stuff. Ah, cool. Well, if it's back to being fine, then I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so I think we've got most of him done other than his... Oh yeah, he's got his tail to do as well. Completely forgot about that. So we've got quite a fair bit through, and we've been going for about an hour and a half, so we're doing quite good on this. I'm going to do the rust bucket at the end because it's going to be quite a simple one. I'm just thinking about the lighting for the rest of this now. Okay, Ben, thank you for joining the stream, and I will catch you next time. If we're still going and you want to jump back in later, feel free to say hi again. And I'll make a note of your suggestions, any other suggestions off the chat of the stream a bit later on. Because you've always got tons of fusion ideas, which is quite cool. Koi, question for you. Is there a TMNT stream coming up on your channel somewhere? Like more Shredder's Revenge or something? Or Says Dempsey, when you're done with this, draw regular fat cat Loki as a little cartoon fat boy. Depending what time it is, I will, but it depends on the time Gopher dude. It's mainly because it's, I do apologise. It's later here. It's like 11:15 already. Ah, sweet. Is that Shredder's Revenge you're doing, or are you doing one of those? Actually, no, don't. It spoils it. Don't. Just we'll see what you do next week. Justin, I like that. The only reason Shredder wants revenge on the Turtles is because he works in every pizza shop and the Turtles are refusing to pay the pizza bill. Nice. Ah, nice. Maybe I should do a retro game characters or something and add the Streets of 4 characters, Streets of Rage 4 characters into it. That might be quite cool. Alright, let's figure out these. Yeah, I do want to do another video games characters something. I'm not sure about demons, but I do want to do some more video game character stuff in lore at some point. I do apologise for yawning. It's not exactly overly tired, it's just one of those moments where you end up yawning more than anything else. But yeah, no, I want to do so much on the channel, it's just tying it in and seeing when I get a chance to. I've got a few things that are in the works. Obviously these anime heroes as dragons is one. And then I've got the other bits. So we've got stuff like doing fusion episodes and the community redraws and stuff. So it's tying it all in, and a couple more live streams. Yes, Shiva is definitely a cool character. Cenis Dracosaurus, welcome to the stream. Yes, it's coming along quite nicely. So we've done quite a lot of rendering on this one so far, and now we're just rendering some rocks out before we move on to his tail. I don't think I really have to do much else. I want to try and keep the focus of the light on this side. So maybe I want to make this darker. I tell you what, I'm going to cheat with his tail. I'll do his tail a bit later. I'm going to... Actually, no, I'll do his tail now. I want to... If this works, it'll work great. If it doesn't, it's going to look really silly. But what I really need to do is actually kind of block out certain sections of his tail, so it's... Right, so his tail's going to be the reverse of what I was expecting. Tail's going to be more like that. See this Dracosaurus says, I may not be here for long since my phone is almost dead and my sister stole my charger, but I'll keep trying to watch it. I'm back. What did I miss? You just missed me reading your comment, if you or you just caught me reading your comment. You didn't miss much. I'm planning what I'm doing with the tail, so I'm kind of I'm looking to try... I basically want to try and... How's the best way to describe this? I want to take the focus off the tail even though it glows, so that the majority of the focus is on the main body of the character, but I also want to give the glowing aspect of these bits some justice. This is kind of like... This tail's going to kind of like be an afterthought in a sense now. It's not going to be a huge main planned element. It's going to be just... Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that worked in the end. Cool. So what I want to then do is... kind of just dull this out darker a bit. I'm going to add some atmospheric lighting around this at the end, so we're going to add a kind of like an atmosphere, so it's dark with the main bit lit up, so it's kind of like a night, but the angle of the fish is going to glow more than the background. Dempsey, I'll pause this for a sec. You'll know when you get on the Discord. Okay, go for dude. That won't be till a bit later on, but yeah. Justin says Dempsey does something with Black Clover for a video. I have thought about doing something with Black Clover actually. I did like the. I really liked the manga for quite a while, and then I was kind of I wouldn't say disappointed, but the anime just took a bit longer for me to, you know, when they animated it, it took a bit longer for me to get into it. Even though they did it really well, I think I got to a point at the manga where I was kind of getting a bit bored of it. Part of the story did go a little bit. Lost my interest for a bit, and then it came back. So possibly. Problem is, I can't do them as demons because Asta's basically. Anyone who hasn't watched it, spoiler alert, but Asta is basically demon. So can't really do that as much as I want to. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of rendered but duller. I can use that. Okay, let's have a look at this background bit I was going to do, because I want to... Don't worry, I'm not destroying the thing. Okay, and I want to add a mask. Everybody's like, what's he done? The dice roller. I've got to leave because I have a very bad headache, so I'm going to continue watching late at night. The dice roller, not a problem. Hopefully your headache goes away, but thank you for joining the stream, and yeah, I'll catch you on the Discord. Can we add an orange haze? Fishy, fishy. Well, what I'm planning to do... just add that glow to it. So wait, would this Kaiju-fied Ripjaw be considered an amphibian or a fish? I don't know. That's a very good question. Kind of cheated with half the shading on this piece, but now's the fun part. Now I get to add stuff like the fun bit of lighting on here, and I might have to move that up a layer to there. Hopefully you guys can still hear me okay, and it's only the music that's glitching and not the actual stream itself. Yes, rim lighting. It's one of those bits that kind of adds everything to a piece, but I obviously just want to do enough to make it work. And by adding the glow, I kind of add the extra bluish tint around everything that I'm doing. But it's also the one problem I have on some of my artworks is the philosophy of less is more. So sometimes I put too much in when I don't need to. Other times I don't put enough. So it's kind of getting that balance, really, of where you, I like to say stop, but not, yeah, it's kind of where you stop what you're doing. You need to get the sense of light from this bit. This kaiju looks like the EMP one near the end of Pacific Rim. Yeah, I kind of based a little bit of the design of Pacific Rim kaiju, so it's kind of got the tree tail type thing, and it's got the extra side bits coming out. But I also had to base it on Ripjaws, and Ripjaws does look a bit like an anglerfish, basically. It's got the anglerfish bit at the top, so I've kind of gone for the fusion of a couple of kaiju with this one. But good spot, koi fish. Hey Ronald, thank you for stopping in to say hi if you're still here. Venus Dracosaurus. I've recently drawn a dragon with a long Chinese dragon-like body. with a rattlesnake-like appearance from the head to the tail, but it's wear dragon bones for protection. Cool. Ronald Cornelius, I think this looks cool. Thank you. This is coming out amazingly well. I kind of wish I'd started this earlier on in October, because it would have been probably a bit more perfect for the whole Halloween side of things. But yeah, I'm just having fun giving it some like glowing saliva. I think the tricky bit, as I said earlier, the tricky bit is deciding where to add the lighting, because I want more detail on the face, but at the same time I don't want to take away from some of the other bits. Just trying to add it in just enough to give it. Kind of going for a bit of a cross between a comic style and a non-comic-y style. Go for dude? No, you can't. I'm afraid it doesn't really work. I'm not sure what you've got that would work for that one. Plus, you're a mod. You've got to have a higher moral compass than that. I mean, you're already sacrificing. Don't add blackmail to the list. I think that'll probably do for the kind of the head of the character. So now I need to do Need to add a glow to these bits. Now that I had too much light. I think we're basically done. Just wonder what happens if I make that colour a bit darker. Maybe add a bit more of a purplish tint to it. It's not too bad. With rain, I'm not sure Gopher dude. Probably get a rain effect in at the end. Okay, Tegan, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully see you in future streams. Shadows a bit more. I think that I think that'll do for that bit. So we're looking to have maybe rain. What's it go for, dude? Koi fish. I would love to see your take one day on the dune sandworms. Oh, those would be epic. They're like giant tremor, you know, the creatures from Tremors, basically. The excuse me a second. Right. Best way to do rain. I've never tried to do rain on a piece before, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see how this turns out. You have to bear with me for a minute, though, go. Koi. So used to saying go for dude on the streams, it's like, yeah. Not sure about the rain. I mean, it looks good, but I'm not sure about the rain completely on this one. I think if I'm going to do that, then I need to merge that down. Knock that down just a tiny bit. I think that needs a layer mask. Just very subtly. What should I think of that? We've kind of got without rain. Yeah, let's get a better picture. So without rain, with rain. We'll leave it with rain then. I'll just a tiny bit more around the face. I kind of want to. I know it's taken away from the rain a bit, but I kind of want to just put the that part of it more in focus, so that the head's a bit more in focus. But no, I think that's probably going to do it for this one. I think I'll save 2 as well. I quite like it without it as well, so. So we've got without the rain, with the rain. So we've got two versions of it now. So Epic One, aka the Fave, thank you for subscribing. If you're in the stream, awesome. If you're just subscribing on the channel from a video and that, and you catch the stream later, awesome again. Thank you. I know, Lando. Bouncing off the kaiju is kind of the next step. I'm not sure the best way. Maybe I figured it out. That's a bit too much. They have a really tiny sparkles that day. Draw Loki swimming in the sea. Maybe, but... trying to get the idea of rain bouncing off this guy. I think the music stopped again. Has it actually stopped, or is it... Oh, paused. Let's continue that. Alright. I think I've got rain bouncing off him now. Except for here. Cool, in that case, I think we're done. Save that one out. I think we're done on this one. So that's our Ripjaws Kaiju done and completed. What do you guys think of the final piece? Quite like the, I think the rain bit, the bouncing off them is subtle. It adds quite a nice effect. Feels like a real comic piece as well, like a belongs in a comic book or something. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's perfection, Koi Fish, but it's one of my best pieces this year. I can tell you that. Draw the fat little low-key boy. What, floating in the water? Oh, it's nearly midnight here. We're going for just over 2 hours. Should I make Ben 10 Kaiju into a live stream series or something on the channel, or what should we do for the next live stream? Oh, they've got the Q&A stuff in the... Okay, that's changed the interface. Thanks, Lando Commando. I'm really pleased with the lighting effect in this one and how that's come out, so I will be working more to this paintery style on some of my artwork going forwards, because I quite like the colour contrast that we've got here. So this bit here alone could just easily be a clip on its own, just like a teaser image or something. It's got the glow from the sort of the anglerfish bit lighting up the eyes, but we've also got this really nice subtle kind of like gradient of colours on the arm. I don't know if I'm not sure if it's coming across as nicely as it looks on my iPad right here, but it's come across quite well. I think just doing a giant kaiju slightly out of the water, just attacking a rust bucket boat, was quite a cool idea. A dune kaiju, possibly. Crazy for a day. If it did become a series, Mechagodzilla would have to be in it, and we probably would, as a kind of like a idea. I do apologise. Yeah, so Mechagodzilla would probably be based on something like, it could be Upgrade. I kind of wonder what Upgrade would be. A giant galvanic mechamorph would kind of be a kaiju on its own. We'd have to merge it, so maybe Mechagodzilla would be a good one for that. Go for dude, but that's an awesome idea, and I'm not. I think we will do that on a live stream. We'll need to discuss that in the Discord of the best way of doing that, because it's a case of how much of the illustration do I do per one, because we could end up with just rough sketches. But a rough sketch can take 40 minutes, depending on what we're doing. I will do a little Loki picture on the start of a stream, or on a small stream or something next week. I'll do like a little warming up sketch question bit while using a reference picture of Loki for it, because I'm a bit tired at the moment and I want to do it justice. especially if I'm doing it based on a real live pet or demon cult leader. Make it a stick figure. Yeah, I want to do it justice because I quite like the idea of doing. I know we've done them in 2 parts, and maybe I should merge the live streams together or figure out how to get this into like a mini short, depending on how long it's going to be. But quite like the idea of doing a Ben 10 Kaiju series. I don't know if we'll do it on live streams, but then again we might do. I might try this new style on a live stream as well. That could be quite interesting. Just completely random. I have to do a pop culture character or pop culture element, but I will do it where so I've got a pop culture element, but I've kind of done this new style on it because I've put little bits into what I've done here, and I really like how it's come out with the lighting effect and that. So the way the colours are working and stuff, I really enjoy how this came out, and the line work came out really well on this. So I've got to try and remember what I did for the line work, because this was amazingly, I don't know, this one came together really nice, which is quite cool. So I guess the question is, anybody got any art? Ooh, we do apologise. Once you start yawning, you can't stop. Anybody got any art questions? Any questions before we call it a night? I know Friday's video is going to be the anime characters as dragons, and I've done the first one, so we're on track with that. It's only 2 days to wait. I've got to draw the other. It's probably going to be 4 characters picked, depending on time for this one. And then, yeah, and then next Monday will probably be a live stream, so it's figuring out what we're going to do for that one. I'll probably put a community poll out though if we haven't got any suggestions. Yeah, go for when's the next live stream? Monday. At the moment, I'm doing Mondays. I did this one today because the last one kind of got knocked back a bit from the community redraw. Next Monday should be a live stream, and then at least it'll be every other Monday, depending on my working requirements. But Fridays are going to be a video episode every Friday, and I've started planning out the Spencer Community Redraw story. So be sure to get your submissions in, and yeah. Yeah, it's well, it does and it doesn't, Lando. Ripjaws has legs on land, but it has a big like tail in the water. So what you can see is kind of like this octopus type tail or bottom half in the water for this kaiju. But as soon as it goes on land, they'll become kind of like legs, like the Ripjaws Ben 10 alien. That's how I envision it. But either way, this is one gigantic kaiju. Cool. So yes, Monday I will always put out a notification or a teaser bit, kind of like the day before, ideally, of when the stream is. But I'll let people know in the videos following when there's going to be a stream anyway at the end of them. And yeah, thank you all for joining, and I think we will call it a night there. So, speak to you all later.